This happened to a couple I used to know through my wife. Their names were Liam and Rachel, both in their late 20s, and they'd just had their first baby, a little girl named Sophie. They'd saved for years to move out of their cramped apartment and finally bought a small house on the outskirts of town, quiet street, big backyard, friendly neighbors. It seemed like the perfect place to start a family. For the first couple of weeks, everything was great. Rachel would text my wife pictures of the nursery, all soft pinks, stuffed animals, and fairy lights. Liam had even set up one of those new high-tech baby monitors that connected to his phone. It had a camera, night vision, two-way audio, everything. The kind of thing meant to make you feel safe. But safety, as they'd soon learn, can be an illusion. It started with little things easy to dismiss. Rachel told my wife that she sometimes felt uneasy in the house when she was alone with the baby. She said she'd catch movement out of the corner of her eye, like a figure slipping around a corner, or a shadow moving just before she looked. Liam laughed it off at first. He worked late nights as a security guard, so Rachel was home alone most evenings. He assumed it was just new mother nerves, exhaustion, or postpartum stress. Then came the nights when Sophie's toys would go off by themselves. A music box would start playing in the middle of the night, or the little stuffed bear that said "I love you" would speak even when no one was near it. Still, Rachel brushed it off. Until the night she heard whispering. It was around 2 a.m. Sophie had been fussy, crying off and on. Rachel got up to check the baby monitor before going to the nursery. The screen flickered, static flashing across for a split second, nothing too unusual. But when the image came back, she heard it. A faint voice. Not the baby's. Not Liam's. It sounded like a woman. She couldn't make out the words, but the tone was low and rhythmic, like someone gently whispering to soothe the baby. Rachel froze. She stared at the monitor. The camera's night vision was active, bathing the room in eerie green light. The crib was visible. Sophie was lying there, calm, eyes open, but Rachel noticed something behind her. In the far corner of the screen, a shape. It looked like a person, blurry, faint, almost blending into the wall. She blinked hard, thinking maybe it was a shadow or a trick of the camera lens. But when she leaned closer, the shape moved. It leaned over the crib. And then Rachel saw it, a face. The monitor wasn't high resolution, but she could see enough. A pale, grayish face with hollow eyes, mouth twisted into an impossible grin. The thing was staring straight into the camera. Rachel screamed and ran to the nursery. When she got there, the room was empty. The window by the crib was wide open, curtains fluttering in the cold night breeze. Sophie was still in her crib, crying now, but alone. No one else was there. Liam came running up the stairs, panicked. Rachel was shaking so badly she could barely speak. He searched the room, the closet, even under the crib. Then the hall, the attic, the whole house. Nothing. They called the police. Officers came, checked for signs of forced entry, fingerprints, anything. But the windowsill was clean, the latch was intact, and no footprints were found outside. The police told them it was probably just a camera glitch or reflection. Rachel didn't believe that for a second. Over the next few days, Rachel refused to sleep without the lights on. She kept the baby monitor off most of the time, terrified of what she might see again. Liam tried to calm her down, saying maybe it was interference or static causing an image overlap from another monitor nearby. But that theory fell apart when, one night, he saw it too. It was just after 3 a.m. He woke up to a faint noise, like a woman softly humming through static. He grabbed his phone to check the live monitor feed. There, through the night vision glow, he saw movement. A figure standing next to Sophie's crib. He froze, staring at the screen. The figure leaned forward, close enough for the camera to catch its features. It was the same face Rachel had described. A woman, maybe in her 40s, pale skin, long black hair that hung forward, lips stretched too wide into that haunting grin. She turned her head slowly and looked right into the camera. Then the screen went black. Liam sprinted to the nursery. The light was off. The window open again. The crib was empty. He shouted for Rachel, who came running in hysterically. They tore through the house, checking every room, every door, every closet. Nothing. Then from the baby monitor speaker, even though the camera was off, came a faint, childlike giggle. Liam froze, the monitor shaking in his hand. Then a voice followed, clear, soft, whispering through static. "She's with me now." The monitor crackled, then went silent. They called the police again. Search teams, dogs, even neighbors joined. They searched the woods behind the house, the nearby stream, the sheds. But they never found Sophie. No fingerprints. No footprints. No sign anyone had entered or left. It was as if she had vanished. Rachel was never the same after that. She refused to stay in the house, saying she still heard the woman's whisper at night, especially around 2 or 3 a.m. Liam tried to move on, even replaced the baby monitor, but no matter what brand they used, the same thing happened. Every night around 2:15, the monitor would flicker on by itself. Static. Then a brief flash of that same pale, smiling face. It became an obsession for Liam, replaying footage, analyzing pixels, checking logs. But no data, no recording ever showed the figure. Only the live feed. Only in real time. One night, Liam recorded the monitor with his phone, determined to catch proof. The next morning, Rachel found his phone on the floor beside the crib. It was still recording. The video was only a few seconds long, shaky, dark. But at the end, a faint voice whispered, "Now he's with us too." That house is empty now. Neighbors say they sometimes see lights flickering upstairs at night, even though the power's been cut off. And once, a delivery driver swore he saw a baby's face in the window, a little girl smiling as if someone was holding her. But when he looked again, no one was there. Police still list Sophie and Liam as missing. Rachel lives with her parents in another town, refuses to talk about what happened. But she told one person, my wife, that sometimes, late at night, her phone will buzz. When she checks it, she sees a notification from the baby monitor app, the one she deleted long ago. It just says, "Camera online." And when she opens it, the live feed shows Sophie's old crib, rocking gently in the dark.